Hi, I'm Chad Grant, Executive Chef at Aperitif Restaurant and Bar in Woodbury, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mussels, one of my favorite ingredients here. We have some Prince Edward Island mussels. They're de-bearded. Sometimes when they grow they have a little bit of a beard on them, so if you're shopping at the store and you see that, go ahead and ask them to remove that. Another good tip when you're shopping for mussels, because they are shellfish and you have to be careful, is you want to give them if they're open, you want to give them a little pinch like that. And see, they slowly start to shut. That means they're still alive and good. So these are live. The style that we're going to do here is southwest of France. So we have some ingredients here. We have a little hot pan here ready to go, and then we have some diced shallot, garlic, diced tomato, leeks, white wine, and butter. Very simple dish. I want to start off by adding a little bit of oil to a hot saute pan. Then the next thing we're going to do is go in with about a big heaping tablespoon of diced shallot. Saute that up a little bit just until you can start to smell the aroma. You don't really want this to get brown. You want to low heat is better, but most definitely you don't want it to brown. So you get those going a little bit, and then you can go in with some diced tomato. They're actually seeded and then diced. So we go in there with some tomato, start to saute that up. You can smell the aroma. This is a really quick dish. And we're just building flavor. Each step is we build another layer of flavor, and this is going to be the overall sauce. And then we go in with some leeks. Really nice. Aromatic like onion, very sweet. And the flavor of a leek actually doesn't come out until it starts to cook, so it opens up the flavor. And here we have the base of our sauce. In the beginning, you don't want to really brown the vegetables because they start to taste bitter, but at this stage of the game, you really want your pan to get hot, because the cooking technique is we're actually going to steam them in their shell. And all these goodies in the bottom of the pan here are going to be so you can ladle that over your mussels. So now, the last thing we're going to do before we put the mussels in is add a good heaping tablespoon of garlic. You want to add that at the end, because if that cooks too much, it's going to be very bitter. So now our pan's nice and hot, and the veg is starting to brown a little bit. That means you're hot and you're ready to go. So the next step that we do, and this is really quick here, we're not going to add all of them, but you add a good bit of mussels. You go in. Now it takes some time to learn how to toss in a pan like this, but you want to just incorporate all the ingredients a little bit there. And then the next step, what we do here, is add some white wine, and then you got to have a saute pan next to it. We're going to just cover it like that. Now we're going to cover that and let them steam in their shell. Oh, and the trick to cooking mussels here is you want them all to open, but once they open, they're pretty much done. You don't want to overcook them. And some will open before others, but what you really want to do is you see them just start to open up a little bit. That means that they're doing what they're supposed to do. And the longer you cook them, they can really turn rubbery, really, really quick. So the majority of these are open, and if they don't fully open, you can always help them out a little bit. But the key is not to overcook these things. So once the shells are open, they're done. And the last step, what we're going to do here, is add some butter cubes. I like to cube up my butter like this because it makes it really, what it does is it melts evenly and you don't have big chunks. So what you can do is just, drop a few cubes in like that. Overall, you're probably putting about a quarter cup of butter in there, and it just adds a nice texture to the sauce, gives it some richness. And then once the butter melts in there, you're good to go. And at the very end here, because the shells are open, you want to hit it with some salt, probably about a tablespoon, probably a teaspoon actually, and the same with the black pepper here. Now our butter's melted. You can take a nice bowl. And the best part of this mussel dish is you want to make sure that you have some croutons so you can soak up all that lovely sauce. You just go right in. And we have Prince Edward Island Steamed Mussels in the style of Marseille, France. Very nice dish. Very fun with a nice glass of wine sitting outside. And there you have it.